For participating in this wonderful event organized by College Ahmednagar. I thank to Professor Shinde for inviting me and Dr. Raju both for inviting me to be here and share my views. I hope you have enjoyed yesterday's full sessions, and I am also sure that today's session will be also very interesting, very resourceful for all of us. In this August morning, it is a matter of privilege for me to be here as a chairperson for this session. And to begin with the presenters of this session. In this session, there will be 5 presenters, including teachers and some students too. The first among the presenters is Asawari Dhabke, Assistant Professor at CSRD Center, Ahmednagar. She will be speaking on international perspectives of CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. I suggest Dhabke to complete her presentation within 8 to 10 minutes. I request Asawari to begin with her presentation.
Very good morning to all of you. Initially, I would like to thank the organizers and Dr. Raju to provide me this opportunity. And this is the 11th time in mind for me. But as I was working with CSR for many years in N.B.T and then coming to technology, all from the degrees, I thought that I should miss this opportunity, and that's the reason I'm here. First of all, I would like to talk about the international perspectives of CSR. Since yesterday we are thinking about what CSR, how it is carried out, but just let me start with the definition of CSR, which is given by the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. The World Business Council, it has defined, the CSR is a continuing commitment by a business, by an entrepreneur, to behave ethically and contribute to the sustainable development by improving the quality of life of workforce, their families, the society at a large. So this means it covers each and every individual of the society. It considers the shareholders as well as the stakeholders in the social responsibility aspect. So it is said that not only corporate social responsibility is considered for the stakeholders, it is for the shareholder, equally for the stakeholders. Shareholders, definitely they are going to share the profit, but the consumers, the society at a large, they also share, because corporate social responsibility, it is considered as a give and take process. The society gives something, they provide the labor, they provide the resources, and ultimately it becomes the responsibility of the business to reciprocate in the positive manner, which will be beneficial for the society. And that is for, not for a short period, it should be for long term. That's why it is called as a sustainable development. Okay. The next one, please. And this corporate social responsibility, it is also called or also known as corporate citizenship, corporate responsibility, responsible business, sustainable responsible business, and corporate social performance. Because the society is the main factor within which the businesses are working, within which the entrepreneurs they are working. So naturally it becomes their responsibility to behave ethically and to perform disciplinarily in this particular society. That's why it is to be called as the corporate ethical behavior or corporate ethical responsibility. Next one, please. So this one I would like to share, that is called as the corporate CSR pyramid. This is developed by a Kadari. She worked on this, and then it is developed in the year 1996. Why I am giving this? Because the international businesses, the international entrepreneurs, they are following this pyramid of CSR. So what this pyramid is, this pyramid focuses on 4 different responsibilities of the organization. And it is a very simple framework that helps to understand how and why the organization should meet the social responsibilities. Number 1 that comes is the economic, that is businesses to be profitable. Ultimately the objective of business is to get the profit. But that profit has to be shared with the society, and that is the economic responsibility. Then comes is the legal one. Legal responsibility, it means that the businesses, they should behave ethically, they should obey the laws, they should obey the regulations, and then they should work in the framework of the law, legal framework. Next comes is the ethical. They should act responsibly, and last one is the philanthropic, that is to give back to the society. Whatever they are taking, whatever they are using the resource from the society, it should be repaid, it should be given back to the society. And why this pyramid it has developed? As the reason is, the businesses, the entrepreneurs, they should behave very transparently, and that's why there is a paradigm shift from the compulsion to voluntary. That is very important, and that means the corporate values, they are changing time to time, focusing on these 4 different areas. And in international world or in the Western world, as you say, they are giving prior importance to all these values, and then they are working on the corporate social responsibility. In the Western world, they don't think that merely giving the finances will change the society. They think that it is not the finances, it is your energy, time, expertise and knowledge has to be shared with the society, to the vulnerables, to the needy people, and then we have to make them independent. That's exactly is called as a sustainable development in the Western world, and that's why they follow this kind of pyramid. Next one please. Here comes international perspective. Number 1 is the UK. United Kingdom government refers that CSR is about behavior of the primary sector organization and the contribution to sustainable development. So it is giving the responsibility to the primary sector. Again and again it is mentioned that they should behave ethically. What is ethics, what is moral, I am not going into detail of that. But definitely everyone will know that how we are going to behave ethically and morally in the society. Then comes is the EU, that is European nations. They think that the businesses, excuse me, I can't see that. Okay, the EU has, the EU, they believe that EU nations should behave ethically, and the stakeholders and the shareholders, their value cannot be achieved solely minimizing or maximizing the short-term profits. So this means is that the only shareholders, they are not the benefit, they are not going only to take the benefit of the businesses. It should be passed on to the shareholders, and that's stakeholders, and that's the reason in EU they have formulated their own alliance that is called as a EU alliance, which is launched by the European nation. This EU alliance is not a legal particular organization or not a legal instrument. It is said that it is not to be signed by any EU nation, but this is a very voluntary organization which just encourages the people to uptake the corporate social responsibility. And why that they want, the objective of the EU alliance is that they wanted to make the EU a pole of excellence for CSR. That is very, very important because CSR is more advanced in EU countries, in European nations. Majority of the innovative, responsible initiative is taken by the EU rather than that of the US. Because EU, they have the values of charity and philanthropy from long back, as like we Indians. So what exactly is a philanthropy? If we divide the philanthropy in 2 parts, philan and anthropos. Philia is to love and anthropos is a human being. So whatever the activities, whatever the work is carried out for the neighborhood, for the humankind is to be considered as a philanthropy, and that's the reason this charity and philanthropy work is very advanced in the EU, and that's why CSR is then continued in the form of a obligation to the corporate businesses. So that's exactly it is to be called as international perspective. And in US, if we go to US, United States of America, the businesses, they freely acknowledge their responsibilities. The people in US, they also understand the responsibilities of the businesses and the corporates. They say that it's the businesses, they not only take the advantage, benefits, profits out of it, but they merely has to take the responsibility which is social, economic and political for the nation. So this is the international perspective in 3 different countries like United Nations, European Nation and United States of America. Next please. Okay, I have completed this. Next one please. Okay. So now in United Nations or in European countries or in United Kingdom, what they have. So I can hope you all have heard about the Millennium Development Goals developed by the United Nations. United Nations is a worldwide organization which is there to secure and protect the rights of every individual in the world. So Millennium Development Goals, they are formulated by the United Nations. And these are the goals, which 8 goals are there, and EU, US and UK, when they are formulating the corporate social responsibility policies, they definitely tie themselves with the Millennium Development Goal. It's not only they are giving the money or they are finding the needs of the people and then they are going to formulate the program. No, they combine the Millennium Development Goals with that the corporate social responsibility. Like for an example, if you take one of the examples, that is eradicate the extreme poverty and hunger. So if you take example of this, naturally the organizations, they plan their particular activities, CSR activities, to focus this objective, to attain this objective of United Nations. So in most of the Western countries, there is an alliance between the Millennium Development Goal and corporate social activities. Okay, next one please. This is the triple bottom line approach, which is formulated by John Icklington in 1994, and this is a recent approach where the organizations, they are working as based on this approach mainly. The John Icklington approach, it talks about the corporate responsibility in 3 different areas. One is the economic, the other one is the social, and the third one is the environmental. Okay, so in economic, if we can say that economic value, it is added or less. Environmental value, it is added or destructed. Or social value, it is added or destructed. Most of the businesses in developed countries, they are following this approach, focusing on these 3 different areas. One is the social, the second is the economic, and the third one is the environmental. Because they are getting all the resources from the environment. Maybe if we can consider the environment, water. They are getting the water from the ground level and then they have to revert it in different forms. For an example, I am going to take the case studies where I will take this as my baseline and then I will talk to that. Okay, next one please. Yeah, case studies. So when we talk about case studies, I will take 2 examples. One is the Cummins Generator Technologies or Cummins Engine Limited, and the other one is the Nestle. First one is the Cummins. So Cummins is an organization which was established in the year 1999, and they are manufacturing the diesel engine and the generators. So what exactly I mean to say here in this particular Cummins example, the company, they have moved from the benevolent approach to the large-scale corporate social responsibility activities. They are working in 3 different areas, that is higher education, energy investment, and the social justice and infrastructure. This particular Cummins organization, they have their units in most of the countries in the United States of America, China, India, Mexico. These are the areas where they have their own units. And when they are using the different resources, what they are focusing, the major areas are higher education, energy resources, and last one is the social justices. When we say they are working, they are undertaking the different projects in the higher education, they are developing the energy resources. That's the example I would like to take. The thing is that the Cummins Generator Technologies, they have one of their unit in Ahmednagar MIDC. So when they are using the resources from the particular society, like for example water, so they have adopted one of the village in Ahmednagar district. Here it is, many of the students they might know that is the Manzar village. So they have adopted this village and they have built the canals over there, which restore the water capacity. So this way they are just investing their money into giving back to the society whatever the resources they are using. And that's the reason Cummins, when they are following the moral and ethical values, yes, definitely they are going to revert. This is a positive example I would like to take coal. And the next one is Nestle. Next slide please. Yeah. So I hope that everyone knows what Nestle is. Yeah. Everyone knows Nestle for their chocolates, for their confectioneries, and also we know them for the baby food. I think. Okay. And so this Nestle on their UK website, they say that we want to give the benefits to every consumers in the society. So who are the consumers for the Nestle? If we take example for the baby product, the main consumers are the children, the small kids. And when they are advertising, they say that you have to give the baby food to the children, which is against the World Health Advisory Committee. World Health Advisory Committee, they insist on breastfeeding, not on the baby products. And then what happened? A major, massive campaign was organized in United Kingdom, because what they say and what they do, it is very different from the what it is World Health Organization statute. It should be, as I say, the Western culture or Western businesses, they are following the Millennium Development Goal, where we have seen that the maternal maternity benefits are there, where we want to save the children from the death, that is, we want to reduce the child morbidity and child morbidity. So that's the exactly thing is that, and this is Nestle, they are advertising that you should give the baby products to the children, which is very, very against the World Health Statute. And that's the reason a big campaign was held in the United Kingdom. And this massive campaign, it leads to boycott in Nestle. This is exactly called as, there is a contradiction in the moral values and what you perform in the society. So